Joining me now for a look at how technology has changed child abduction cases is cybersecurity and technology expert Scott Schober in New York City. Scott, thanks for joining us. A lot of advances in these type of cases, reunions because of the internet. How does social media help solve these cases?
Social media is wonderful here. This is something where it's really productive. And if you think about it, coupling apps with mobile technology, our smartphones, they can do so many things. Because what is the key? When a child is abducted, time is of the essence. That narrow window of 3 hours or less, you need to really deploy law enforcement so they could be found. And that's exactly what they do with these apps. By geolocating, they know the area where the child was reported missing. They could quickly send out alerts, just like in the United States, the Amber Alert. They're effectively doing this in China with Reunion and really using other apps all together to send out to the masses. They could send out 70 billion pop-up ads in a small geographic area to many, many millions of users who then can quickly look around. And what happens after the first hour, they widen the circle out a little further, maybe 60 miles, then 120 miles. And that's really what's key, because geographically, they could focus people and their eyes to hopefully find the missing children or abducted child, and it's working fantastically.
Well, Scott, tell us more about these apps. Are they actually tracking devices, or is it a matter of downloading an app and inputting information, a picture? What kind of information gets spread out there?
Yeah, great question. These are apps that we all use. It could be WeChat, or it could be Alipay if you're in China. So all these different apps that people are customarily using, DingTalk for chatting and messaging one another, you can get an alert on that and they can push it out instantly, and they could, again, focus on the geographic area of coverage. So everybody within the 60 miles, for example, will get an instant alert. So now you've got all eyes up, and then they in turn can feed that back if they do see something, especially to law enforcement personnel, because they're getting that as well, and they're messaging and talking to one another. So it's suddenly you have millions of people all simultaneously looking for this needle in a haystack, and it's an effective technique to do it.
Well, that being said, with the Amber Alert, with the similar alert system in China, what are the challenges of implementing this type of technology, especially when there are so many choices in such a large country like China, that everyone is using the same app?
Yeah, it can be challenging because, well, number one, you've got this large volume of people. You do ask yourself, does everybody pay attention to it? If there's too many alerts going out, some people tend to get complacent, and that's a problem across the board with anything. But typically, people that subscribe to an Amber Alert, like in the United States, or Reunion in China, they're actively looking to help. They're volunteers. So they have a vested interest because maybe they have children at home. I know myself, I have 2 children. If anything ever happened to them, I would do everything and anything to make sure that I could locate them. And again, time is of the essence. So you've got loving volunteers that it really touches their heart, and they're trying to help and use technology and social media. And it's nice to see it being used for something good and something productive. And also, this can be used as a deterrent. Oftentimes, when they realize that there's effective technology like this, the bad guys, they will actually let children go because they don't want to be caught, because they realize how easy it is now to be caught. So it's an effective deterrent also from a would-be abductor.
All right, Scott Schober in New York City, thank you so much for joining us.
Great, thanks for having me on.